Hey guys, yesterday I took a road trip to Fostoria for a conference for my professional development as a teacher. It was a beautiful morning and the drive was wonderful, though slightly boring, which I can't seem to get used to out here. Coming from a state with hills and valleys to a state where the only hills are inclines up to a bridge can be a culture shock, but I'm adjusting nonetheless. So I got there early, so I stopped here for a brief time. This should look familiar to some of you, before actually heading over to the church for the start of the conference. Now, this was apparently the largest group they had, with nearly 120 educators from schools all over the diocese, and it was an extremely well put together conference. They provided lunch that was fantastic, and the speakers and presentations were all very insightful. Usually when conferences like these come up, I virtually always dread having to go to them because I go there with this preconceived notion that it's going to be a waste of my time, but every time I do that, I'm proven wrong, and I really like that. I snuck a peek at the church, which had this rather nice organ, more on that soon, and then took in the architecture of the building. Now, for a 20-year-old church, it's been well taken care of, with some very unique attributes, like this turret. I think it's a turret. And this stained glass window. We wrapped up the conference around 2:30, and then, yup, I got on the organ. But I stupidly took my camera back to the car, so here's a poor iPhone quality recording of me playing the organ. Might I add, I haven't played organ since August, so I'm a little rusty. I left not long afterward and went back to the train tracks, where I managed to get some work done on my novel. Now, of course, it was challenging to do when this was happening right in front of me every few minutes. But I really did surprise myself and got a good amount written before I finally left, heading back up to church in Toledo for choir rehearsal, where again I went in with one mindset and came out with a different one. The director and I went out for a late dinner at a local tavern and just shared stories, which I really enjoy, but not as much as I used to, which saddens me. Mostly because stories make my life interesting, and make anyone's life interesting for that matter, whether you think so or not. Today's story will be different from tomorrow's and the next day's, and the best part about these stories is they teach people like me not to judge anything or anyone before you have the chance to experience it. So think about that, and I'll see you guys later.